Policies. Something a lot of people like, but they usually end up picking the same all the time. A lot of people try to play on deity and immortal, and they end up always in the same situation. I have to pick tradition and I have to go rationalism. And the problem is, a lot of people wants to get this domination victory, which is not that difficult, but it is harder to get it if you go that way. Some people are scared to pick other policies, or they think they are bad, or it doesn't work. It does work. Every policies in the game actually work, and I will be honest with you, you can win deity and get your domination victory without picking any policies. Seriously, you can just, you have this possibility to play the game with saving policies. You save policies and you never use them, and you can still win deity and win a domination game with this. So you don't need policies to actually win the game, but they make it better to achieve the victory, and they also make it more fun. So you have many ways to play it, and I'm not going to talk about all the possibilities, like how you can play tradition, exploration, or liberty, aesthetics, and all these things. I'm just going to focus on what I usually do and what usually people see me doing, such as domination victory. So I'm going to explain you when do you pick this or that. I will always pick honor as second policy or first, but okay, let's start it. So we have tradition. Tradition is one of the most played policy in single player, I think. It's very good. The good thing about tradition is you have a big capital, you will have a lot of science out of this, and this is really cool. So you will have also a capital that will give you a lot of production, and it will be really good in the late game. The bad thing and the downside of this is just you don't have a really amazing early game, and it doesn't give you that much happiness in the end. But yeah, this is really good when you're scared about science and such. You should pick tradition only when you don't have a lot of place to settle and you don't have any early neighbor. Also, you should pick it when you don't really have a choice for a policy. So tradition is great, but it's not, I think, the best way to win domination. Then moving out, you have liberty, which is one of my favorite way to play it. You pick liberty when you basically have a lot of place to settle your cities and not neighbors. You have this kind of games where you play on Pangea map and you don't have any neighbors. You really don't have anyone, but you have all these places to settle. So this is the way, this is the moment you pick liberty, and you will put a lot of cities around yourself, and that's it. The good thing about liberty is you will have a very good early game. The early game will be fine, just fine, no problem. Science might be a bit of a problem because of that. Also, you won't have big cities with big population, so you will have to micromanage the cities so they can be all of them efficient. It's more difficult to have many cities efficient than just 2 or 3, because you have so many things to manage. Also, liberty offer you a lot of happiness in the late game. When you conquer the world, you will have all the road, and the road will give you happiness. So liberty is great for this case, when you have a lot of place to settle and no neighbor. Then you have honor. Okay, honor right away is something I think this is the thing I do the most. Honor is amazing because of the fact you can have really early on a general and you can produce unit really quickly. Then you also have the promotion that actually gives you more experience for your units, and this is the best thing because for me promotion is everything. So when do you pick honor? You should pick honor right away when you don't have a lot of place to settle and you have someone really close to you. You have a neighbor really close to you, especially if it's someone very aggressive, such as Attila, Shaka. If you have them as your neighbor, you go right away honor. You don't even think twice, you just do it. You could also go tradition to get the damage increase from bombardment, but I don't like it. Seriously, just go honor, farm experience, and then your army will be better than any other army because of promotions. Number is nice, but number is nothing compared to promotion, and honor give you that. That's why. So move on piety. Piety is I really like piety. Piety, you pick piety when you don't really have any neighbors and you have a really good spot to get a religion. Piety is a little bit like tradition, you know. You have a little bit of space to do 1 or 2 cities, but not so much, and you don't really have a neighbor. You don't really have a really close neighbor. But you pick piety over tradition. When you actually have, like, I don't know, some quarries or something, you can have a lot of faith, because faith is really good. But what you usually do is you go half piety, especially if you want to play a religious game, because a lot of people like to have a religion. Religion is not important to win the game. For domination, like any policies, it's not necessary, but it's really nice to have it. And sometimes you don't always have a choice on deity. You don't always have the possibility to get these policies. So you pick piety to be sure you have a religion, and then you can build a crazy religion, but then go honor to finish it. So that's pretty much it for all the policies. I'm just talking about the one you can open in the early game. Then you can pick other stuff, but this is for another video.